Underworld Awakening. While it may have gotten a little bit of negative reception, why have you like Underworld Evolution, the first Underworld, but is it really that bad, or can I bring this fourth installment to justice? Find out right now in this review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. And this time around, I bring to you another review of the Underworld franchise, and that would be Underworld Awakening from 2012. Now, if you have not seen my reviews for the first 3 Underworld movies, I strongly advise you to stop the video at once and go to my channel page and check those out. I'll start the review in a few seconds. Okay, just wanted to give you all time to stop in case you didn't see any of the other reviews. Okay, now I will continue. Now, Kate Beckinsale is back as Selene, along with Theo James, Michael Ealy, and India Isley. Anyway, now this is a good day for it because this came out 9 years ago today on January 20th. Once again released by Screen Gems along with Lakeshore Entertainment. And this time directed by Malin and Stein as they're credited as. I wouldn't know how to pronounce the first names though. But anyway, Lynn Weissman returns as one of the producers and also writer of the story and screenplay. And J. Michael Straczynski, who I've seen that name before, because he was the creator of Babylon 5 and also Jeremiah, plus a lot of others things here. A ton of stuff. Yeah. Anyway. Now then, this picks up years after the events of the second film, which was Underworld Evolution. Both the government and the general public have become aware of the existence of the vampires and lichens. A program to study and potentially harness their power soon escalates into an all-out genocide, and shortly after the purge begins, Selene and Michael, whom unfortunately we only see a little bit, which is a slight downside, are captured by humans. Due to her enhanced vampiric traits, Selene is imprisoned in cryogenic suspension. After being frozen for 12 years, during which both species have been hunted to the brink of extinction, Selene manages to escape. She learns that another subject, whom she initially believes to be Michael, has also escaped. While making her way through the high-tech facility, Selene has visions from someone else's point of view. Believing that Michael is mentally guiding her, she follows the visions, which lead her down a garbage chute into a labyrinthine series of basement tunnels. Here she encounters a young vampire named David, who has been tracking her. They quickly realize that the tunnels are infested with sick and weakened lichens, who are hunting the subject with whom Selene is connected. Determined to reach Michael, Selene fights her way through the lichen pack until she reaches the second escapee. But it's not Michael, but a frightened and confused young girl. Using David's vans, Selene, David, and the girl make their way out of the facility, only to be attacked once again by a trio of lichens. David stabs a lichen while Selene shoots another, and the third smashes its way into the rear of the vehicle, where it bites the girl's shoulder. This triggers a partial transformation, revealing her hybrid traits, as she savagely rips the creature's head in half. Selene realizes this is her and Michael's daughter. The girl reveals that during her own escape from the facility, she found Selene's cryogenic tank and deactivated it, which was what allowed Selene to escape. However, despite her hybrid nature, it becomes apparent that her bite wound is not healing, and she is rapidly growing weaker, resulting in David agreeing to take the pair to his coven. After she reluctantly drinks some blood, her wound heals. But as they do not feel welcome in the coven, Celine prepares to leave. David tries to convince her to stay and help them start an offensive against the humans by training some death dealers. But before she makes up her mind, the coven comes under attack by Lycans. Celine joins the fight and kills many Lycans before being knocked unconscious by a huge super Lycan that heals instantly and is not affected by silver. When she awakens later, she finds that Thomas, David's father, has surrendered her daughter to the Lycans in return for them leaving. David has been mortally wounded in the battle, but Celine revives him with her blood. After leaving, Celine confronts a human detective named Sebastian who is sympathetic to the vampires due to his now dead wife being a vampire. Sebastian confirms that the Lycans have been traced to Antigen, the corporation dedicated to killing off the immoral species, and which also runs the facility from which Celine has escaped. Alright, now the last stat, 5 seconds to stop. Go to the description box below, fast forward to the time below to avoid any spoilers. If you've seen the movie, continue on. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Celine discovers that Antigen is actually run by Lycans who have been posing as humans in order to trick the world's governments into believing the Lycans are extinct. The director of Antigen, Dr. Jacob Lane, is trying to perfect the Lycan race and needs the DNA of Celine's daughter to do so. The super Lycan Celine faced earlier is identified as Quint, Lane's son and the prototype for Lycan modifications. Celine and Sebastian assault Antigen to stop Lane's plan and save Celine's daughter, who they began calling Eve. Celine comes across Subject Zero, whom she identifies as Michael, and attempts to free him by shooting his cryogenic tank. However, she is forced to leave the thawing Michael in order to stop the Lycans from escaping with Eve. David, who since being healed by her blood, has inherited Celine's immunity to sunlight, arrives and helps Sebastian kill several Lycan henchmen. After confronting Lane and Quint, Celine fights Quint. Once she tricks him into returning to his vulnerable human form by hiding in a narrow tunnel, Celine kills him by implanting a silver grenade in his stomach. Whoa, yeah. While Eve kills Lane by ripping out his throat. Yikes. As the police arrive, Sebastian urges the vampires to flee and distracts the officers. Celine, Eve, and David return to Michael's tank and find it empty with the ice shattered. Celine states that the world will be hunting Michael. The trio vow to find him first. End of story. So, what did I think of Underworld Awakening? Well, I will say that this was really something. Now, I understand that critics were a little harsh on this because some say that there was less story in this and what have you. And what have you, if you try and one says if you try and pay attention to the plot, you will get a headache. I'd say that's codswallop. Well, story can be a little puzzling at times, but, well, it could have used a little spin polish. But nonetheless, I find it to be pretty good. I liked having Kate Beckinsale back as Celine. Now, the rest of the cast, we have young India Isley as Eve, pretty good. Theo James plays David, and Michael Ealy plays Detective Sebastian, and Stephen Ray as Dr. Lane. Oh yeah, and Charles Dance as Thomas. So anyway, most of those stars were pretty good. Maybe not good, but okay good. But most of them were great and good and what have you. Directing was not too bad. The music was pretty good. They had Paul Heislinger back once again doing the score for this. Anyway, but now the one thing I liked about this, just as much as I liked in any of the other Underworld movies, is the action in this. Now, critics were impressed with the action, though, and what have you. It was done well, and well, the critic that said the plot will give you a headache and what have you said this was the goriest of the series. Well, in a way, it is actually, though it's however the shortest of the rest of the movies, including the next one being Underworld Blood Wars. The film's less than an hour and a half, missed it by a few minutes. But of course, I've seen it on TV on IFC a few years ago, and then I recently got the Underworld collection. And while after revisiting it, it's not too bad. I mean, it has some hits or misses, but still good though. At least look on the bright side. You don't get to see a whole ton of blue like you did in Underworld Evolution. But anyway, despite the negative reception, the film did well and would go on to make 160 million worldwide, which would make it the most successful film in the franchise to date, surpassing Underworld Evolution, which, if I'm not mistaken, was the former biggest holder, which I believe it made about 113 million, I think. I could be wrong though. Just a sec. Yeah, I was right. Underworld Evolution made 113 million worldwide. Okay. But anyway, this was still the most successful of the franchise. So, would I recommend Underworld Awakening? Well, I'm saying yes. Please, go ahead. But well, only if you're a completionist and what have you. If you're a big fan of the series, I have become a little bit of a liker to this series. Maybe not much of a fan, but I do like this now for certain reasons. I mean, Kate Beckinsale, yeah. So anyway, give Underworld Awakening a try. I think you might enjoy it. And if you're not satisfied, well, I can't say I didn't try. Okay. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Underworld Awakening? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a review of the final installment, Underworld Blood Wars. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out my reviews of some of these fourth movies and what have you. Well, a couple of fourth horror flicks, but they're classics though in my book. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Nightmare on Elm Street 4: The Dream Master, which my friend Derek from Derek's Horror Corner just re-reviewed. And believe me, it's an underrated film, okay? Or see my review of Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers in the upper right-hand corner. Or if you just want something that's completely so bad, completely, see my review of Max Steel in the bottom left-hand corner. Or go to the bottom right-hand corner and click on my face to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.